Boy, I hope this meme isn't dead yet. Hello, everybody. I'm the Mighty Mudcrab. I'm going to be reading the B movie script. And yes, this is my Christmas video. Black screen with text. The sound of buzzing bees can be heard. Narrator. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because it does not care what humans think is impossible. Barry is picking out a shirt. Barry. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Ooh, black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. Jeanette. Barry, breakfast is ready. Barry. Ooming. Hang on a second. Barry uses his antenna like a phone. Barry. Hello? Through phone. Adam? Barry. Barry. Adam. Adam. Can you believe this is happening? Barry. I can't. I'll pick you up. Should I say the names? I don't know. I'll probably switch it up. Barry flies down the stairs. Martin? Yeah, I can read. Looking sharp, Janet. Use the stairs. Your father paid good money for those. Barry. I'm sorry, I'm excited. Martin. Here's the graduate. We're very proud of you, son. A perfect report called. Called? Card. All bees. Very proud. Rubs Barry's hair. Barry. Ma, I got a thing going here. Jeanette. You got lint on your fuzz. Barry. Ow, that's me. Jeanette. Wave to us. We'll be in row 118,000. Bye. Barry flies out the door. Jeanette. Barry, I told you stop flying in the house. Barry drives through the hive and is waved at by Adam, who is reading a newspaper. Barry. Hey, Adam. Hey, Barry. Adam gets in Barry's car. Adam. Is that fuzz gel? A little. Special day. Graduation. Adam. Never thought I'd make it. Barry pulls away from the house and continues driving. Barry. 3 days grade school, 3 days high school? Those are awkward. 3 days college. I'm glad I took a day and hitchhiked around the hive. You did come back different. Barry and Adam pass by Artie, who is jogging. Artie. Hey, Barry. Artie. Got a mustache? Looks good. Adam. Hear about Frankie? Yeah. Are you going to the funeral? No, I'm not going to his funeral. Everybody knows a sting someone you die. Don't waste it on a squirrel. Such a hothead. I guess he could have just gotten out of the way. The car does a barrel roll on the loop-shaped bridge and lands on a highway. Adam, I love this, incorporating amusement park into our regular day. Barry, this is already painful. I guess that's why they say we don't need vacations. Barry parallel parks the car, and together they fly over the graduating students, playing Pomp and the Circumstance. Boy, quite a bit of a pomp under the circumstances. Barry and Adam sit down and put on their hats. Well, Adam, today we are men. We are. Be men. Amen. Hallelujah. Barry and Adam both have a happy spasm. Okay. Pomp and the circumstance ends. Students, facility, distinguished bees, please welcome Dean Buswell. Welcome, new hive oddity. ODT? Okay, whatever. Graduating class of 915. That concludes our ceremonies and begins your career at Honex Industries. Will we be picking our jobs today? Adam and Barry get into a tour bus. I heard it's just orientation. Tour buses rise out of the ground and the students are automatically loaded into the bus. Heads up, here we go. Keep your hands and antennas inside the tram at all times. Barry, wonder what it would be like. Adam, a little scary. Tour guide, welcome to Hunex, a division of Hunsco and a part of the Hexagon Group. This is it. Wow. Wow. The bus drives down a road on the other side. The bees are massive, complicated honey making machines. Tour guide, we know that you, as a bee, have worked your whole life to get to the point where you can work for your whole life. Honey begins when our valiant pollen jocks bring the nectar to our hive. Our top secret formula is automatically color corrected, scent adjusted, bubble contoured into this soothing, sweet syrup with its distinct golden glow you know as. And just as a side note, I'm recording this with OBS. I finally got it to work to where hopefully you can't hear my fan in the background, because if you can, that's tough. I'm not doing this again. Hopefully I'm actually recording. With that being said, on to page 2. This is an hour and 30-minute movie. Everyone, honey! The guide has been collecting honey into a bottle and she throws it into the crowd on the bus and is caught by a girl in the back. That girl was hot. She's my cousin. She is? Yes, we're all cousins. Right, you're right. At Hunnix, we constantly strive to improve every aspect of bee existence. These bees are stress testing a new helmet technology. The bus passes by a bee wearing a helmet who is being smashed into the ground with fly swatters, newspapers, and boots. He lifts up a thumb, but you can hear him groan. What do you think he makes? Not enough. Here we have our latest advancement. Their Krelum. The Krellum. They pass by a turning wheel with bees standing on pegs who are each wearing a finger-shaped hat. Wow, what does that do? Tour guide catches that little strand of honey that hangs up after you pour it. Saves us millions. Adam, intrigued. Can anyone work in the Kremlin? Of course, most bee jobs are small ones, but bees know that every small job, if it's done well, means a lot. But choose carefully because you'll be stuck in the job you pick for the rest of your life. Everybody claps except for Barry. The same job the rest of your life? I didn't know that. What's the difference? You'll be happy to know that bees, as a species, haven't had one day off in 27 million years. Barry, upset. So you just work us to death? We'll sure try. Everyone on the bus laughs except for Barry. Barry and Adam are walking home together. Wow, that blew my mind. What's the difference? How can you say that? One job forever? That's an insane choice to have to make. I'm relieved. Now we only have to make one decision in our life. Or in our life. But Adam, how could they have never told us that? Why would you question anything? We're bees. We're the most perfectly functioning society on Earth. You ever think that maybe things work a little too well here? Like what? Give me one example. Barry and Adam stop walking, and it is revealed to the audience that hundreds of cars are speeding by and narrowly missing them in perfect unison. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. Announcer, please clear the gate. Royal Nectar Force on approach. Wait a second, check it out. The pollen jocks fly in, circle around, and landing in a line. Hey, those are the pollen jocks. Wow, I never seen them this close before. They know what it's like outside the hive. Yeah, but some don't come back. Girl bees. Hey jocks, hi jocks. The pollen jocks hook up their backpacks to machines that pump the nectar to trucks, which drive away. Whoever the hell that is. You guys did great. You're monsters. You're a sky freaks. I love it. Punching the pollen jocks in joy. I love it. I wonder where they were. I don't know. Their day's not planned. Outside the hive, flying who knows where, doing who knows what. You can't just decide to be a pollen jock. You have to be bred for that. Right. Barry and Adam are covered in some pollen that floated up the pollen jocks. Barry, look at that. That's more pollen than you and I will ever see in a lifetime. I can't edit things I record on OBS. This has to be done in one take. It's just a status symbol. Bees make too much of it. Perhaps, unless you're wearing it and the ladies see you wearing it. Barry waves at two girls standing away from them, sitting a little away from them. Those ladies aren't our cousins too. Distant, distant. Look at those two. Couple of hive harries. Let's have fun with them. Girl bee number one. It must be dangerous to be a pollen jock. Barry. Yeah, once a bear pinned me against a mushroom, and then he had his paw on my throat, and with the other he was slapping me. Slaps Adam with his hand to represent this or his scenario. Girl B number two. Oh my. Barry, I never thought I'd knock him out. Girl B number one, looking at Adam. What were you doing during this? Obviously, I was trying to alert the authorities. I can autograph that. The pollen jock walks up to Barry and Adam. They pretend that Barry and Adam really are pollen jocks. A little gusty out there today, wasn't it, comrades? Yeah, gusty. We're hitting a sunflower patch 6 miles from here tomorrow. 6 miles, huh? Barry? Pollen jock number two. A pellet jump for us, but maybe you're not up to it. Maybe I am. You are not, says Adam the bee. Pollen jock number one. We're going at 0900 at J Gate. What do you think, Buzzy boy? Are you bee enough? I might be. It all depends on what 0900 means. The scene cuts to Barry looking out on the hive from his balcony at night. Hey, Hunix. Dad, you surprised me. You decided what you're interested in? Well, there's a lot of choices, but you only get one. Do you ever get bored in the same job every day? Son, let me tell you about stirring. You grab that stick and just move it around, and you stir it around. You get yourself in a rhythm. It's a beautiful thing. You know, Dad, the more I think about it, maybe the honey fields just isn't right, or the honey field isn't right for me. You were thinking of what? Making balloon animals? That's a bad job for a guy with a stinger. Janet, your son's not sure he wants to go into honey. Barry, you are so funny sometimes. I'm not trying to be funny. You're not funny. You're going into honey. Our son, the stirrer. You're going to be a stirrer? No one's listening to me. Wait till you see the sticks I have. I could say anything right now. I want to get an ant tattoo. Barry's parents don't listen to him and continue to ramble on. Martin, let's open some honey and celebrate. Barry, maybe I'll get my piercer. Maybe I'll pierce my thorax, shave my antenna, shag it up with a grasshopper, get a gold tooth, and call everybody dog. I'm so proud. The scene cuts to Barry and Adam waiting in line to get a job. We are starting work today. Today's the day. Come on. All the good jobs will be gone. Yeah, right. Pollen counting, stunt bee, pourer, stirrer, front desk, hair removal. Bee in the front of the lines. Is it still available? Hang on. Two left. One. It's of them's yours. Congratulations. Step to the side. Adam, what do you get? Bee in the front of the line, picking crud out. Stellar. He walks away. Adam, wow, job was there. A couple of newbies. Yes, sir. Our first day. We are ready. Make your choice. Adam and Barry look at the job board. There are hundreds of constantly changing panels that contain available or unavailable jobs. It looks very confusing. You want to go first? No, you? Oh, my. What's available? First attendance open, not for the reason you think. Any chance of getting the Kremlin? Sure, you're on. Puts the Kremlin finger hat on Adam's head. Suddenly, the sign for Kremlin closes out. I'm sorry, Kremlin just closed. Takes Adam's hat off. The wax monkey's always open. The Kremlin opened up again. What happened? A bee died. Makes an opening. See, he's dead. Another dead one. Deady, deadified. Two more dead. Dead from the neck up. Dead from the neck down. That's life. Oh, this is so hard. Barry remembers what the pollen jocks offered him, and he flies off. Adam, heating, coolie, stumpy, pourer, stirry, hummer, or humming. Inspector, number 7. Lint coordinator. Stripe supervisor. Mite wrangler. Barry, what do you think I should? Barry? Adam turns around to see Barry flying away. Barry. Pollen jock number 1. Alright, we got the sunflower patch in our quadrant 9. Adam through phone. What happened to you? Where are you? I'm going out. Out. Out where? Out there. Oh no, I have to before I go to work for the rest of my life. You're gonna die. You're crazy. Barry hangs up. Adam, hello? Call on track number 2. Another call coming in. If anyone's feeling brave, there's a Korean deli on 83rd that gets their roses daily. Barry, hey guys, look at that. Isn't that the kid we saw yesterday? Loud, whatever. Hold it, son. Flight decks restricted. Paul and Jock number 1. It's okay, Lou. We're going to take him. Puts hand on Barry's shoulder. To Barry, really? Feeling lucky, are you? B with clipboard. To Barry. Sign here. Here. Just initial that. Thank you. Okay, you got a rain advisory today. As you all know, bees cannot fly in the rain. So be careful. As always, watch your brooms, hockey sticks, dogs, birds, bears, and bats. Also, I got a couple of reports of root beer being poured on us. Murphy's in a home because of it. Babbling like a cicada. That's awful. Still talking through a megaphone. And a reminder for you, rookies, B law number 1. Absolutely no talking to humans. Alright, launch positions. Pollen jocks. The pollen jocks run into the platform. Buzz, 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 buzz. Buzz, 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 buzz. Black and yellow. Hello. To Barry. You ready for this? Hot shot? Yeah, bring it on. Wind check, antenna check, nectar pack check, wings check, stinger check, scared out of my shorts check. Okay, ladies, let's move it out. Pound those petunias, you striped stems suckers, all of you. Drain those flowers. The pollen jocks fly out of the hive. Wow, I'm out. I can't believe it. I'm out. It's a blue. I feel fast and free. Box kite. Barry flies through the kite. Barry, wow, flowers. A pollen jock puts on some high-tech goggles that show flowers to shows flowers similar to heat sink goggles. This is blue leader. We have Rose's visual. Bring it around 30 degrees and hold. Roses. 30 degrees. Roger, bring it around. Stand to the side, kid. Just got a bit of kick. The pollen jock fires a high-tech gun at the flowers, shooting the tubes that suck up the nectar from the flower and collects it into a pouch on the gun. That is one nectar collector. Ever see pollination up close? No, sir. Barry and the pollen jocks fly over the field. The pollen jock sprinkles pollen as he goes. I pick up some pollen here, sprinkled over there, maybe a dash over there, a pinch on that one. See, it's a little bit of magic. That's amazing. Why do we do that? That pollen's power, more pollen, more flowers, more nectar, more honey for us. Cool. I'm picking up a lot of bright yellow. Could be daisies. Don't we need those? Copy that visual. Wait, one of those flowers seems to be on the move. Say again, you're reporting a moving flower? Affirmative. The pollen jocks lay near the flowers, in quotes, which to the audience are obviously just tennis balls. Stupid ass bees. Ken, in the distance. That was the last one. Pollen jock number 1. This is the coolest. What is it? I don't know, but I'm loving this color. It smells good. Not like a flower, but I like it. Yeah, fuzzy. Sticks his hand on the ball, but it gets stuck. Chemical Y. The pollen jock finally gets his hand free from the tennis ball. Careful, guys, it's a little grabby. The pollen jock turns around and sees Barry lying his entire body on top of one of the tennis balls. My sweet lord of bees, candy brain, get off there. Pointing upwards. Problem. A human hand reaches down and grabs the tennis balls that Barry stuck to. Obviously not noticing the bee stuck to it. Barry, guys. Pollen jock number 2. This could be bad. Pollen jock 3. Affirmative. Vanessa Bloom starts bouncing the tennis ball, not knowing that Barry is stuck to it. Very close. Gonna hurt Mama's little boy. Barry is being hit back and forth by two humans playing tennis. He is stuck to the ball. Paul and Jock numero uno. You are way out of position, rookie. Ken, coming in at you like a missile. Barry flies past the pollen jocks, still stuck to the ball. Barry, in slow motion. Help me. I don't think these are flowers. Should we tell him? I think he knows. What is this? Ken, match point. You can start picking it up, honey, because you're about to eat it. Apollon Jock coughs, which confuses Ken, and he hits the ball the wrong way. Barry stuck to it and goes flying into the city. Barry, yowzer. Barry bounces around the town and gets stuck in the engine of a car. And just like in the movie Turbo, he gains NASCAR powers. Nah. He flies into the car air conditioner and sees a bug that was frozen in there. Ew, gross. The man driving the car turns on the air conditioner, which blows Barry into the car. Girl in the car. There's a bee in the car. Do something. Dad driving the car. I am driving. Baby girl waving at Barry. Hi, bee. Barry smiles and waves at the baby girl. Guy in the back of the car. He's back here. He's going to sting me. Girl in the car. Nobody move. If you don't move, he won't sting you. Freeze! Barry freezes as well, hovering in the middle of the car. Grandma in the car. He blinked! The grandma whips out some bee spray and sprays everywhere in the car, climbing into the front seat, still trying to spray Barry. Spray him, Granny. Dad driving the car. What are you doing? Barry escapes the car through the air conditioner and is flying high above the ground. Safe. For now. Wow, that tension level out here is unbelievable. Barry sees that storm clouds are gathering, and he sees rain clouds are moving into his direction. I gotta get home. I can't fly in the rain. Can't fly in the rain. Can't fly in the rain. A second raindrop hits Barry again, and he spirals downward. Barry, Mayday, Mayday, be going down. World War II plane sound effects are played as he plummets, and he crash lands in Pearl Harbor on a plant inside an apartment near the window. Ken, could you close that window, please? Hey, check it out. My new resume. I made it into a two-fold-out brochure. You see? Folds brochure resume out. Ken folds out. Ken closes the window, trapping Barry inside. Oh no, more humans. I don't need this. Barry tries to fly away but smashes into the window and falls again. What was that? Barry keeps trying to fly out of the window, but it keeps being knocked back because the window is closed. Maybe this time. This time. This time. This time. This time. This drapes. Barry taps the glass, doesn't understand what it is. That is diabolical. Ken is fascinated. It's fantastic. It's got all my special skills, even my top 10 favorite movies. What's number one, Star Wars? Nah, I don't go for that. Ken makes finger guns and makes pew 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 sounds and then stops. Kind of stuff. No wonder we shouldn't talk to them. They're out of their minds, says Barry the bee, who can talk and is voiced by Jerry Seinfeld. Ken, when I leave a job interview, they're flabbergasted. Can't believe what I say. Barry, looking at the light on the ceiling. There's the sun. Maybe that's the way out. Starts flying towards the light bulb. I don't remember the sun having a big 75 on it. Barry hits the light bulb and falls into the dip on the table that the humans are sitting at. I predicted global warming. I could feel it getting hotter at the first time. At first, I thought it was just me. And Andy dips a chip into the bowl and scoops out some dip with Barry on it and is about to put it in his mouth. Ken, wait, stop. B. And he drops the chip with Barry in fear and backs away. All the humans freak out. Stand back. These are winter boots. Ken has winter boots on his hands and is about to smash the bee, but Vanessa saves him the last second. Wait, don't kill him. Vanessa puts Barry in a glass to protect him. Ken, you know I'm allergic to them. This thing could kill me. Why does his life have any less value than yours? Why does his life have any less value than mine? Is that your statement? Ken, not speaking like a robot at all. I'm just saying all life has value. You don't know what he's capable of feeling. Vanessa picks up Ken's brochure and puts it under their glass so she can carry Barry back to the window. Barry looks at Vanessa in amazement. My brochure. There you go, little guy. Vanessa opens the window and lets Barry out, but Barry stays back and is shocked that a human saved his life. Ken, I'm not scared of him. It's an allergic thing. Vanessa, put that on your resume brochure. My whole face could puff up, and make it one of your special skills. Ken, knocking someone out is also a special skill. Ken walks to the door and Ken, right, bye Vanessa. Thanks Vanessa. Next week, yogurt night? Sure Ken, whatever. Vanessa tries to close the door. Could you put kebab chips on there? Bye. Closes door, but Ken opens it again. Supposed to be less calories. Bye. Closes a door. Fast forward to the next day. Barry is still inside the house. He flies into the kitchen where Vanessa is doing dishes. Barry! Talking to himself. I gotta say something. She saved my life. I gotta say something. Alright, here it goes. Barry. Now, what would I say? I could really get in trouble. It's a B law. You're not supposed to talk to a human. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I've got to. Barry distinguishes himself as a character on a food can as Vanessa walks by. Or distinguishes? Disguises. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Oh, I can't do it. Come on. No. Yes. No. Do it. I can't. How should I start it? Barry strikes a pose and wiggles his eyebrows. You like jazz? No, that's not good. Vanessa is about to walk past Barry. Barry, here she comes. Speak, you fool. Hi. Vanessa gasps and drops the dishes in fright and notices Barry on the counter. Barry, I'm sorry. Vanessa, you're talking. Yes, I know. Pointing at Barry. You are talking. I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. I'm fine. I know I'm dreaming, but I don't recall going to bed. Well, I'm sure this is very disconcerting. Whatever it says, I don't care. This is a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, you're a bee. I am. I'm not supposed to be doing this. Pointing to the living room where Ken tried to kill him last night. But they were all trying to kill me, and if it wasn't for you, I had to thank you. It's just how I was raised. Vanessa stabs her hand with a fork to test whether she is dreaming or not. That was a little weird. I'm talking with a bee. Yes. I'm talking to a bee, and the bee is talking to me. I just want to say I'm grateful. I will leave now. Barry turns around to leave. Wait, how'd you learn to do that? Flying back, what? The talking thing. The same way you did, I guess. Mama, Dada, honey, you pick it up? That's very funny. Yeah, bees are funny. That's why we're voiced by Jerry Seinfeld. If we didn't laugh, we'd cry with that what we have to deal with. Anyway, can I get you something? Like what? I don't know. I don't know. Coffee? I don't want to put you out. It's no trouble. It takes 2 minutes. It's just coffee. I hate to impose. Vanessa starts making coffee. Don't be ridiculous. Actually, I'll love a cup. Hey, you want rum cake? I shouldn't. Have some. No, I can't. Come on. I'm trying to lose a couple of micrograms. Where? These stripes don't help. They look great. I don't know if you know anything about fashion, are you right? Pouring coffee on the floor, missing the cup completely. No. Flash forward in time. Barry and Vanessa are sitting together at a table on top of the apartment building drinking coffee. He's making the tie in the cab as they're flying up to Madison. He finally gets there, runs up the steps in the church. The wedding is on. And he says, "Watermelon? I thought you said Guatemalan. Why would I marry a watermelon?" Nobody laughs. Don't look at the script. Is that a some sort of B joke? That's the kind of stuff we do. Yeah, different. So, what are you gonna do, Barry? Barry stands up on top of a sugar cube, floating into his coffee, and paddles around with a straw like it's a gondola. About work, I don't know. I want to do my part for the hive, but I can't do it the way they want. I know how you feel. You do? My parents want me to be a lawyer or a doctor, but I want to be on food stamps. I want to be a florist. Really? My only interest is flowers. Our new queen was just elected for that same campaign slogan. Anyway, if you look, Barry points to a tree in the middle of Central Park. That's my hive right there. See it? You're in Sheep Meadow? Yes. I'm off the Turtle Pond. No way. I know the area. I lost a toe ring there once. Why do girls put rings on their toes? Why not? It's like putting a hat on your knee. Maybe I'll try that. A custodian that's installing a light bulb looks over at them, but to his perspective, it looks like Vanessa's talking to a cup of coffee on the table. You alright, ma'am? Oh, yeah, fine. Just having 2 cups of coffee. Anyway, this has been great. Thanks for the coffee. Yeah, it's no trouble. Sorry I couldn't finish it. If I did, I'd be up the rest of my life. Barry points to the rum cake. Can I take a piece of this with me? Sure, here, have a crumb. Vanessa hands Barry a crumb. But still pretty big for Barry. Thanks. Yeah. Alright, well, then I guess I'll see you around. Or not. Okay, Barry. Barry, thank you so much again for before. Oh, that was nothing. Well, not nothing, but anyway. Vanessa holds Barry and or Vanessa and Barry hold hands, but Vanessa has to hold out a finger because her hand is too big for Barry's hold that. The custodian looks over again. It appears Vanessa is laughing at her coffee again. The light bulb that he was screwing in sparks, and he falls off the ladder. Fast forward in time, and you can see the 2 bee scientists testing out a parachute in the Hunnock's wind tunnel. Bee scientist number 1. This can't possibly work. Bee scientist number 2. All set to go. You might as well try it. Okay, Dave. Pull the chute. Dave pulls the chute, and the wind slams him against the wall, and he falls on his face. The camera pans over, and we can see Barry and I'm walking together. Sounds amazing. It was amazing. It was the scariest, happiest moment of my life. Humans. I can't believe you were with humans. Giant, scary humans. What were they like? Huge and crazy. They talk crazy, they eat crazy giant things, and they drive crazy. Do they try to kill you like on TV? Some of them, but some of them don't. How'd you get back? Poodle. Uber. Topical humor. You did it. I am glad you saw whatever you wanted to see. You had your experience. Now you can actually be a functioning member of our bee society and be normal. Well, well, I met someone. You did? Was she bee-ish? A wasp? Your parents would kill you. No, 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 not a wasp. A spider? I'm not attracted to spiders. I know for everyone else it's the hottest thing with 8 legs and all. I can't get by that face. Who is she? She's human. No, no, that's a B law. You wouldn't break a B law. Her name's Vanessa. Adam puts his head in his hands. Oh boy. She's so nice, and she's a florist. Oh no, you're not dating a human florist. We're not dating. You're flying outside the hive, talking to humans that attack our homes with power washers in the 80s. That's 1/8 of a stick of dynamite. She saved our life. She understands me. This is over. Eat this. Barry gives Adam a piece of the crumb that he got from Vanessa. Adam eats it. Adam's tone changes. This is not over. What was that? They call it a crumb. It's so stinging stripy. And that's what they eat. That's not what they eat. That's what falls off what they eat. You know what cinnamon is? Asked the Jerry Seinfeld bee. No. Adams opens the door. Behind him, he pulls Barry in. It's bread and cinnamon and frosting. Be quiet. They heat it up. Sit down! Adam forces Barry to sit down. Barry, still rambling about Cinnabons, really hot. Adam grabs Barry by the shoulders. Listen to me. We're not them. We're us. They're us. And there's them. Yes, but who can deny the heart that is yearning? There is no yearning. Stop yearning. Listen to me. You have to start thinking B, my friend. Thinking B. Thinking B. Worker bee. Thinking B. Worker bees and Adam. Thinking B. Thinking B. Thinking B. Thinking B. Flash forward in time. Barry is laying on a raft in a pool full of honey. He is wearing sunglasses. There he is. He's in the pool. Martin, you know what your problem is, Barry? Barry pulls on his sunglasses and looks annoyed. Barry sarcastically, I gotta start thinking, B. How much longer will this go on? It's been 3 days. Why aren't you working? Put sunglasses back on. I've been I've got a lot of big life decisions to think about. What life? You have no life. You have no job. You're barely a bee. Would it kill you to make a little honey? Barry rows off to a raft and sinks into the honey pool. Barry, come out. Your father's talking to you. Martin, you talk to him. Barry, I'm talking to you. Barry keeps digging into the honey until he's suddenly in Central Park having a picnic playing Megalovania. Like the I don't remember that from the movie, but I'm going to imagine that's what's happening, and you can't stop me because I'm the narrator reading this. Barry has a cup of honey, and he clinks his glass with Vanessa. Suddenly, a mosquito lands on Vanessa, and she slaps it, killing it. They both gasp, but then they burst out laughing. You coming? The camera pans over to Vanessa, is coming a small yellow airplane. Got everything? All set. Go ahead, I'll catch up. Vanessa lifts off and flies ahead. Don't be too long. Barry catches up with Vanessa and he sticks his arms like an airplane. He rolls from side to side and Vanessa copies him with the airplane. Watch this. Barry stays back and watches Vanessa draw a heart in the air using pink smoke from the plane. But on the last loop, the loop suddenly crashes into a mountain and the plane explodes, killing that plot point. The destroyed plane falls into some rocks and explodes a second time. Sugar Sugar ends when the plane blows up for the first time. Vanessa. As Barry is yelling, his mouth fills up with honey. He slowly wakes up, discovering that he was just dreaming. He slowly sinks back into the honey pool. Martin was still here. I told you not to yell at him. He doesn't respond to yelling. Then why yell at me? Because you don't listen. I'm not listening to this. Sorry, I gotta go. Where are you going? I'm meeting a friend. A girl? Is this why you can't decide? Bye. Barry flies out the door and Martin shakes his head. I just hope she's B-ish. Fast forward in time, Barry is sitting on Vanessa's shoulder. She is closing up her shop. They have a huge parade of flowers every year in Pasadena. To be in the Tournament of Roses, that's every florist's dream. As for me, my dream was to turn a profit in a calendar year. Up on a float surrounded by flowers, crowds cheering. A tournament? Do the roses compete in oof. Do the roses compete in athletic events? No. Alright, I've got one. How come you don't fly everywhere? It's exhausting. Why don't you run everywhere? It's faster. Yeah, okay, I see. Alright, your turn. TiVo. You can just freeze live TV? That's insane. You don't have that? You have HIVO, but it's a disease. It's horrible. Horrible disease. Humans walk by and Barry narrowly avoids them. Passerby. Dumb bees. You must want to sting all those jerks. We try not to sting. It's usually fatal. You have to say you have to watch your temper. They walk into a store. Very carefully, uh, you kick a wall, take a walk, write an angry letter, and just throw it out. Work through like any emotion, anger, jealousy, lust. Suddenly, an employee, Hector, hits Barry off Vanessa's shoulder. Hector thinks he's saving Vanessa. To Barry, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" Barry is getting off the floor. Yeah, to Hector, "What is wrong with you?" Hector, confuzzled, "It's just a bug." "He's not bothering anyone. Get out of here, you creep." Vanessa hits Hector across the face with a magazine, then hits him in the head. Hector backs away, covering his head. What was that? A pick and save circular? Vanessa sets Barry back on her shoulder. Yeah, it was. How'd you know? It felt like 10 pages. 75 is pretty much our limit. You really got that down to a science. Oh, we have to. I lost a cousin to Italian Vogue. I'll bet. Barry looks to his right and notices there is honey for sale in the aisle. What in the name of mighty Hercules is this? Barry looks to the brands of honey, shocked. How did this get here? QB, Golden Blossom, Ray Liotta, Private Select. Barry puts his hands up and slowly turns around. Is he that actor? Jerry B. Seinfeld. I've never heard of him. Why is this here? For people. We eat it. We don't have enough food of our own? Hector looks back and notices Vanessa is talking to Barry. Well, yes. How do you get it? Bees make it. I know who makes it, and I heard it, and it's hard to make it. There's heating, cooling, stirring. You need a whole krillim thing. It's organic. It's organic. It's just honey, Barry. Just what? Bees don't know about this. This is stealing. A lot of stealing. You've taken our homes, schools, hospitals. This is all we have. And it's on sale. I'm getting to the bottom of this. I'm getting to the bottom of all of this. Flash forward in time again for the fifth time. Barry paints his face with black stripes. Or strikes. Black strikes. It says strikes. R-S-R. Whatever. I don't care. Are like a soldier and sneaks into the storage section of the store. Two men, including Hector, are loading boxes into some trucks. Supermarket employee, "Hey Hector, you almost done?" "Almost." Barry takes a step to peek around the corner, whispering, "Hector, he is here. I sense it." "Well, I guess I'll go home now." Hector pretends to walk away by walking in place and speaking loudly. "And just leave this nice honey out with no one around." "You're busted, box boy," says Barry the Bee. "I knew I heard something, so you can talk." "I can talk. And now you'll start talking. Where are you getting the sweet stuff? Who's your supplier?" "I don't understand. I thought we were friends. The last thing you want to do is upset bees." Hector takes a thumbtack off the board behind him and sword fights Barry. Barry's using his stinger like a sword. Hey guys, if you're still here, comment something in the comment section below for the YouTube algorithm. Comment Jerry Seinfeld. That'd be funny. "You're too late. It's ours now." "You, sir, have crossed the wrong sword." "You, sir, will be lunch for my iguana." Iguanacio. Barry hits the thumbtack out of Hector's hand and Hector surrenders. Where is the honey coming from? Tell me where! Hector, pointing to the leaving truck, Honey Farms. It comes from Honey Farms. Barry chases after him, or after the truck, but it's getting away. He flies to a bicycle, and the backpack catches up to the truck. Car driver to the bicyclist, crazy person. Barry flies off and lands on the windshield of the Honey Farms truck. Barry looks around and sees the dead bugs splattered everywhere. What horrible things happened here? These faces. They never knew what hit them. And now they're on the road to nowhere. Barry still hears a whisper. Barry looks up and sees moose blood, a mosquito playing dead. Just keep still. What? You're not dead? Do I look dead? They'll wipe anything that moves. Here, where are you headed? To Honey Farms. I'm on to something huge there. Well, I'm going to Alaska. Moose blood. Crazy stuff. Blows your head off. Another bug playing dead. I'm going to Tacoma. Barry looks at another blood. And you? Moose blood. Oh, he really is dead. Alright. Another bug hits the windshield and the driver notices. They activate the windshield wipers. Moose blood. Oh no! The windshield wipers are slowly sliding over the dead bugs and wiping them off. What is that? Oh no, a wiper. Triple blade. Triple blade? Jump on, it's your only chance, B. Mooseblood and Barry grab onto the wiper and they hold on as it wipes the windshield. Why does everything have to be so daggone clean? How much do you people really need to see? Bangs on windshield. Open your eyes. Stick your head out the window. Radio in the truck from NPR News in Washington. I'm Carl Cassell. But don't kill no more bugs. Moose blood and Barry are washed off by the wiper fluid. Moose blood. B. Barry. Moose blood guy. Barry starts screaming as he hangs on to the antenna. Suddenly it's revealed that a water bug is also hanging on to the antenna. Where there is a pause and Barry and the water bug both start screaming. You hear something? Guy in the truck. Like what? Like Tiny screaming. Guy in the truck turns off the radio. The antenna starts to lower until it gets low and sinks into the truck. The water bug flies off and Barry is forced to let go and is blown away. Luckily, he lands inside a horn on top of the truck where he finds Moose Blood, who was blown to the same place. What's up, B-boy? Hey, Blood. Fast forward in time where we see that Barry is deep in conversation with Moose Blood. They have been sitting in this truck for a while. Just a row of honey jars as far as the eye could see. Wow. I assume wherever the truck goes, there's going to be, they're getting it. I mean, that honey's ours. Bees, hang tight. We're all jammed in. It's a close community. Not us, man. We're on our own. Every mosquito on his own. What if you get into trouble? You a mosquito? You in trouble. Nobody likes us. They just smack. See a mosquito? Smack, smack. At least you're out in the world. You must meet girls. Mosquito girls try to trade up, get with a moth, dragonfly, mosquito girl. Don't want no mosquito. An ambulance passes by and it has blood donation sign on it. You gotta be kidding me, Moose Blood. About to leave the building? So long, B. Mooseblood leaves and flies onto the window of the ambulance where there are other mosquitoes hanging out. Hey guys, I'm a mosquito. Mooseblood. Mooseblood. I knew I'd catch y'all down here. Did you bring your crazy straw? The truck goes out of a view and Barry notices that the truck is pulling into a camp of some sort. We throw it in jars, slap a label on it, and it's pretty much pure profit. Barry flees out. What is this place, beekeeper number one? A bee's got this brain the size of a pinhead. They are pinheads, Pinhead. Check out the new smoker. Oh, sweet. That's the one you want, the Thomas 3000. Smoker? 90 puffs a minute, semi-automatic. Twice the nicotine, all the tar. A couple of breaths of this knocks him right out. They make the honey and we make the money, said the overly evil beekeepers. Barry, they make honey and we make the money. The beekeeper sprays hundreds of cheap miniature apartments with the smoker. The bees are fainting or passing out. Oh my, what's going on? Are you okay? Barry flies into one of the apartments and helps a bee couple get off the ground. They are coughing and it's hard for them to stand. Bee in the apartment, yeah, it doesn't last too long. Do you know you're in a fake hive with fake walls? Bee in the apartment, our queen was moved here. We had no choice. The apartment room is completely empty except for a photo of the wall of a queen who is obviously a man in woman's clothes. This is your queen? That's a man in woman's clothes. That's a drag queen. That's what that is. Barry flies out. Oh, jeez. Barry flies out and discovers that there are hundreds of these structures, each housing thousands of bees. Oh no, there's hundreds of them. Barry takes out his camera and takes pictures of these bee work camps. The beekeepers look very evil in these depictions. Bee honey, our honey, is being brazenly stolen on a massive scale. This is the worst thing. This is worse than anything bears have done. I intend to do something. Flash forward in time, and Barry is showing these pictures to his parents. Oh, Barry, stop. Who told you humans are taking our honey? That's a rumor. Do these look like rumors? Holds up the pictures. Uncle Carl. That's a conspiracy theory. These are obviously Dr. Photos. How'd you get mixed up in this? He's been talking to a bee, says Adam. What? Talking to humans? He has a human girlfriend too, and they make out. Make out. Barry, we do not. You wish you could. Whose side are you on? The bees. He has been sitting in the back of his room the entire time. I dated a cricket once in San Antonio. Those crazy legs kept me up all night. Janet. Barry, this is what you want to do with your life? I want to do it for all our lives. Nobody works harder than bees. Dad, I remember you coming home so overworked, your hands were so stirring. You couldn't stop. I remember that. What right do they have to put our honey we live on 2 cups a year? They put it in lip balm for no reason whatsoever. Even if that's true, what can one bee do? Sting them where it really hurts. In the face? The eye? That would hurt. No. Up the nose? That's a killer. There's only one place you can sting the humans, one place where it matters. Flash forward a bit of time. We are watching the Bee News. The Bee narrator, Hive 5, the Hive's only full-hour action news source. Bee protesters. No more bee beards. Bee News narrator with Bob Bumble at the anchor desk, where the Storm Singers sports with Buzz Larvey and Jeanette Chung. Bob, good evening. I'm Bob Bumble. Jeanette, and I'm Jeanette Chung. Jeanette Chungus, Limo got him. Bob, a tri-country bee, Barry Benson, intends to sue the human race for stealing our honey, packaging it, and profiting it from it illegally. Tomorrow night on B. Larry. They couldn't have been bothered to come up with a better name than B. Larry King. What next? Are they going to have B. Gandhi or Bejesus? We have 3 former queens here in our studio discussing their new book, Classy Ladies, out this week on Hexagon. The scene changes to interview on the news with Barry, with the B version of Larry. God, saying B so many times makes it hard to speak English. Larry King and Barry. B. Larry King. Tonight we're taking to Barry Benson. Did you ever think I'm a kid from the Hive? I can't do this? Bees have never been afraid to change the world. What about B. Columbus? B. Gandhi? Bejesus? They actually have Bejesus. Be Larry King. Where I'm from, we never sue humans. We're thinking of stickball or candy stores. How old are you? The bee community is supporting you in this case, which will be the trial of the bee century. They have a Larry King in the human world too. It's a common name. Next week, he looks like you and has a show with suspenders and the colored dots. Next week, glasses, quotes on the bottom from the guests, even though you just heard them. Barry B. Larry King. Bear Week next week. They're scary, hairy, and here alive. B. Larry King gets annoyed and flies off screen. Anyway, always leans forward, pointy shoulders, squinty eyes, very Jewish. Flash forward in time. We see Vanessa enter and Ken enters behind her. They are arguing. In tennis, you attack at the point of weakness. It was my grandmother, Ken. She's 81. Honey, her backhand's a joke. I'm not gonna take advantage of that. To Ken quietly, please actually work on going on here. Ken, pointing at Barry, is that the same bee? Yes, it is. I'm helping him sue the human race. Hello. Hello, boy. This is Ken. Barry, recalling the winter boots incident earlier. Yeah, I remember you. Timberland, size 10 and a half. Vibram soul. I believe. Ken to Vanessa. Why does he talk again? Listen, you better go, cause we're really busy working. But tonight's is our yoga night. Holding the door open for Ken. Bye bye. Ken, yelling. Why is yogurt night so difficult? Ken leaves and Vanessa walks over to Barry. His workplace is a mess. You poor thing. You have been at this for 2 hours. Yes, and Adam here has been a huge help. Frosting, how many sugars? Just one. I try not to use the. I try not to use the competition. So why are you helping me? Bees have good qualities, and it just takes my mind off the shop instead of the flowers. Bees are or people are giving balloon bouquets now. Those are great if you're three, and artificial flowers. Oh, those just get me psychotic. Yeah, me too. Bent stingers, pointless pollination. Bees must hate those fake things. Nothing worse than a daffodil that's had work done. Maybe this can make up for it a little bit. This lawsuit's a pretty big deal, I guess. Are you sure you want to go through with it? I am sure when I'm done with the humans, they won't be able to say, honey, I'm home without paying a royalty. Flash forward in time, and we are watching the human news. The camera shows a crowd outside a courthouse. It's an incredible scene here in downtown Manhattan, where the world anxiously awaits because for the first time in history, we will hear for ourselves if a honeybee can actually speak. We are no longer watching through a news camera. Adam, what have we gotten ourselves into, Barry? It's pretty big, isn't it? Looking at the hundreds of people around the courthouse, I can't believe how many humans don't work during the day. You think billion-dollar multinational food companies have good lawyers? Everybody needs to stay behind the barricade. A limousine drives up and a fat, ugly man, Leighton Montgomery, a honey industry owner, gets out and walks past Barry. What's the matter? I don't know. I just gotta chill. Fast forward in time again, and everyone's in the courthouse. Montgomery. Well, if it ain't the B team, the two honey industry lawyers. You boys work on this? Man, all rise. The Honorable Judge Bubbleton presiding. Alright, case number 4475, Superior Court of New York, Barry B. Benson versus the honey industry is now in session. Mr. Montgomery, you're representing the 5 food companies collectively? A privilege. Mr. Benson, you're representing all the bees of the world. Everyone looks closely there, waiting to see if a bee can really talk. Barry makes several buzzing sounds to sound like a bee. I'm kidding, yes, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed. Mr. Montgomery, your opening statement, please. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my grandmother was a simple woman. Born on a farm, she believed it was a man's divine right to benefit from the bounty of nature God put before us. If we lived in the topsy-turvy world Mr. Benson imagines, just think of what it would mean. I would have to negotiate with the silkworm for the elastic in my breeches. Talking bee. Montgomery walks over and looks closely at Barry. Montgomery, how do we know this is some sort of holographic motion picture capture of Hollywood wizardry? They could be using laser beams, robotics, ventriloquism, cloning, for all we know. He could be on steroids. Judge Bumbleton. Mr. Benson, ladies and gentlemen, there's no trickery here. I'm just an ordinary bee. Honey is pretty important to me, and it's important to all bees. We invented it, we make it, and we protect it with our lives. Unfortunately, there are some people in this room who think they can take it from us because we're the little guys. I'm hoping that this is all over. You'll see how by taking our honey, you're not only taking everything we have, but everything we are. Janet. To Martin. I wish he dressed like that all the time. So nice. Call your first witness. Barry. So, Mr. Klaus Vanderheiden of Honey Farms. Big company you have. I suppose so. I see you also own Honey Burton and Hunron. Yes, they provide beekeepers for our farms. Beekeeper? I find it to be a very disturbing term. I don't imagine you employ any bee freers, do you? No. I couldn't hear you. No. No, because you don't free bees, you keep bees. Not only that, but that it seems you thought a bear would make an appropriate image for a jar of honey. They're they're very lovable creatures. Yogi Bear, Fozzie Bear, Build-A-Bear. You mean like this? The bear from I didn't know that's from Over the Hedge. That's kind of neat. Barges in through the back door. And it is roaring and standing on its hind legs, and it's thrashing its claws, and people are screaming. It is being held back by a guard who has the bear on a chain, pointing to the roaring bear. Bears kill bees. How would you like his head crushing through your living room, biting into your couch, spitting out your throw pillows? Okay, that's enough. Take him away. The bear stops roaring and thrashing and walks out. So, Mr. Sting, thank you for being here. Your name intrigues me. Where have I heard it before? It was it was a it was with a band called the Police. But you never been a police officer, have you? No, I haven't. No, you haven't. And so here we have another example of bee culture casually stolen by a human. Nothing more than a prance about stage name. Oh, please. Have you ever been stung, Mr. Sting? Because I'm feeling a little sting. Or should I say Mr. Gordon M. Summer Montgomery? That's not his real name, you idiots. Mr. Leota, first belated congratulations on your Emmy win for a guest spot on ER in 2005. Thank you. I see from your resume that you're definitely handsome with a churning inner turmoil that's ready to blow. I enjoy what I do. Is that a crime? Not yet, it isn't. But is this what it's come to for you? Exploiting tiny, helpless bees so you don't have to rehearse your part and learn your lines, sir? Watch it, Benson. I can blow right now. This isn't good fella. It's a bad fella. Ray Liotta loses it and tries to grab Barry. Ray, why doesn't there step on this creep? We could all go home. Judge Bumbleton, order in this court. You're all thinking it. Judge Bumbleton starts banging her gavel. Order, I say. Say it. Mr. Leota, please sit down. We see a montage of magazines which feature the court case. Flash forward in time. Barry is back home with Vanessa. I think that's awfully nice of that bear to pinch in like that. Yeah, I think the jury's on our side. We're going to do everything. Uh, are we doing everything right, legally? I'm a florist. Right, well, here's to a great team. To a great team. Ken walks in from work, sees Barry, and looks upset. He sees Barry clinking his glass with Vanessa. Hello. Oh, Ken. Hello. I didn't think you were coming. No, I was just late. I tried to call, but. Ken holds up his phone and flips it open. The phone has no charge. The battery. I didn't want all this to go to waste, so I called Barry. Luckily, he was free. Oh, that was lucky. Ken sits down on the table across from Barry and Vanessa and leaves the room. There's a little left. I could heat it up. No, taking his eyes off Barry. Yeah, heat it up. Sure. Whatever. So I hear you're quite a tennis player. I'm not much for the game myself. The ball's a little grabby, having horrible flashbacks to the beginning of the movie. That's where I usually sit. Right, points to where Barry's sitting. There. Calling from the other room. Ken, Barry was looking at your resume, and he agreed with me that eating with chopsticks isn't really a special skill. To Barry, you think I don't see what you're doing? I know how hard it is to find the right job. We have that in common. Do we? Bees have a 100% employment, but we do jobs that take, like taking the crud out. Ken, menacingly. Aye. That's just what I was thinking about doing. Ken reaches for a fork on the table, but knocks it on the floor. He goes to pick it up. Vanessa, Ken, I think I'll let Barry borrow your razor for his fuzz. I hope that was alright. Ken quickly raises back up to hearing this, but hits his head on the table and yells, I'm going to drain the old stinger. Yeah, you do that. Barry flies past Ken to get to the bathroom, and Ken freaks out. Flashing some of the wine he was using to cool his head and his eyes. He yells in anger. Barry looks at the magazine featuring his victories in court. Look at that. Barry flies into the bathroom. He puts his hand on his head, but this makes this hurts him and makes him even madder. He yells again. Barry is washing his hands in the sink, but then Ken walks in. You know, you know, I think I've just about had it. Closes the bathroom door behind him. Ken, with your little mind games. Ken is menacingly rolling up a magazine, Barry backing away. What's that? Italian Vogue. Mamma mia, that's a lot of pages. It's a lot of ads. Remember what Van said, why your life is more valuable than mine? That's funny. I can't seem to recall that. Ken smashes everything off the sink with the magazine and Barry nearly escapes. Ken follows Barry around and tries to hit him with the magazine but keeps missing. Ken gets a spray bottle. I think something stinks in here. Barry enjoying the spray. I love the smell of flowers. Ken holds a lighter in front of the spray bottle. How do you like the smell of flames? Not as much. Ken fires his makeshift flamethrower but misses. Barry burning the bathroom. He torches the whole room but loses his footing and falls into the bathtub after getting hit in the head by a falling object 3 times. He picks up the shower head, revealing a water bug hiding under it. Water bug, not taking sides. Barry gets out of a pile of bathroom supplies. He is wearing a chapstick hat. Ken, I'm wearing a chapstick hat. This is pathetic. Ken switches the shower head to lethal. I've got issues. Ken sprays Barry with the shower head and he crash lands into the toilet. Ken Mincy looks down the toilet at Barry. Well, 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 a royal flush. You're bluffing. Am I? Flushes toilet. Barry grabs a chapstick from the toilet seat and uses it to surf in the flushing toilet. Surf's up, dude. Barry flies out of the toilet on the chapstick and sprays Ken in the face with toilet water. That bowl is gnarly, aiming the toilet cleaner at Barry, except for those dirty yellow rings. Barry cowers and covers his head, and Vanessa runs in and takes the toilet cleaner from Ken just before he can hit Barry. Kenneth, what are you doing? Ken, leaning towards Barry. You know, I don't even like honey. I don't eat it. We need to talk. Vanessa pulls Ken out of the bathroom. He's just a little bee. He happens to be the nicest bee I've met in a long time. A long time? What are you talking about? Are there other bugs in your life? No, but there are other things bugging me in my life, and you're one of them. Fine, talking bees, no yoga night. My nerves are fried from this riding emotional roller coaster. Goodbye, Ken. Ken huffs and walks out and slams the door, but suddenly he walks back in and stares at Barry. And for your information, I prefer sugar-free artificial sweeteners made by man. Ken leaves again and Vanessa leans towards Barry. I'm sorry about all that. Ken walks back in again. Ken, I know it's got an aftertaste. I like it. Ken leaves for the last time. I always felt there was some kind of barrier between Ken and me. I couldn't overcome it. Oh well. Are you okay for the trial? I believe Mr. Montgomery is about out of ideas. Flash forward in time, and Barry, Adam, and Vanessa are back in court. We'd like to call Mr. Barry B. Benson to the stand. Good idea. You can really see why he's here one of the best lawyers. Barry stares at him. Yeah, lawyer. Layton, you've gotta weave some magic with this jury, or it's all gonna be over. Don't worry. The only thing I have to do is turn this jury around. It's time to remind them why they don't like about bees. You got the tweezers. Are you allergic? Only to losing, son. Only to losing. Mr. Benson B., I'll ask you what I think we'd all like to know. What exactly is your relationship? Points to Vanessa. To that woman. We're friends. Good friends? Yes. How good? Do you live together? Wait a minute. Are you her little bed bug? M's finger starts vibrating. He's getting agitated. I've seen a bee documentary or two. From what I understand, doesn't your queen give birth to all the bee children? Yeah, but pointing at Jeanette and Martin. So those aren't your real parents. Oh, Barry. Yes, they are. Hold me back. Vanessa tries to hold him back. He wants to sting Montgomery. You're an illegitimate bee, aren't you, Benson? He's denouncing bees. He called Barry B. Benson a bastard. Don't y'all date your cousins? Montgomery leans over the jury stand and stares at him. Objection! Vanessa raises her hand to object, but Adam gets free. He flies straight towards Montgomery. I'm going to pincushion this guy. Adam, don't. It's what he wants. Adam stings Montgomery in the butt and he starts thrashing around. Oh, I'm hit. Oh, lordy, I'm hit. Banging gavel. Order, order. Overreacting. The venom is coursing through my veins. I've been felled by a winged beast of destruction. You see, you can't treat them like equals. They're striped savages, stinging the only thing they know. It's their way. Adam, stay with me. I can't feel my legs, Barry. Overreacting and throwing his body around the room. What angel of mercy will come forward to suck the poison from my heaving buttocks? I will have to. I will have order in this court. Order, order, order. Flash forward in time, we see a human news reporter. The case of the honeybees versus the human race took a pointed turn against the bees yesterday when one of their legal teams stung Leighton T. Montgomery. Adam was laying in a hospital bed, and Beery flies in to see him. Hey, Barry. Or, hey, buddy. Hey. Is there much pain? Yeah, I blew the whole case, didn't I? It doesn't matter. What matters is you're alive. You could have died. I'd be better off dead. Look at me. That small plastic sword is replaced as Adam's stinker. They got it from the cafeteria downstairs in a tuna sandwich. Look, there's a little celery still on it. Flicks off the celery in the side. What was it like to sting somebody? I can't explain it. It was all adrenaline, and then the ecstasy. All right. You think it was a trap? Of course. I'm sorry I flew us right into this, but we're what we were thinking. Look at us. We're just a couple of bugs in this world. What would the humans do to us if they win? I don't know. Probably nothing. You're suing them. They're not suing you. I hear they put the roaches in motels. That doesn't sound so bad. Adam, they check in, but they don't check out. Oh my, coughs. Could you get a nurse and close that window? Why? The smoke. We can see that two humans are smoking cigarettes outside. Bees don't smoke. Right, bees don't smoke. Bees don't smoke. But some bees are smoking. That's it. That's our case. Is it? It's not over? Get dressed. I gotta go somewhere. Get back to the court and stall. Stall any way you can. Flash forward in time, and Adam is making a newspaper boat in the courtroom, being immediately held in contempt of court and being sent to prison. Adam, assuming you've done step 29 correctly, you are ready for the tub. We see that the jury have each made their own paper boats after being taught by Adam. They all look confused. Mr. Flayman. Yes, Your Honor. Where is the rest of your team? Adam continues stalling. Well, Your Honor, it's interesting. Bees are trained to fly haphazardly, and as a result, we don't make very good time. I actually heard a funny story about Your Honor. Have these ridiculous bugs taken enough of this court's time? Valuable time. How much longer will we allow this absurd shenanigans to go on? They have presented no compelling evidence to support their charges against my clients, who run legitimate businesses that pay all their taxes. I move for a complete dismissal of the entire case. Mr. Flayman, I'm afraid I'm going to have to consider Mr. Montgomery's motion. But you can't. We have a terrific case. Where's your proof? Where's the evidence? Show me your smoking gun. Barry flies in through the doors. Hold it, Your Honor. You want a smoking gun? Here's your smoking gun. Vanessa walks in holding a bee smoker. She sets it down on the judge's podium. What is that? It's a bee smoker. Montgomery picks up the smoker. What's this? This harmless little contraption? This thing couldn't hurt a fly, let alone a bee. Montgomery accidentally fires it at the bees in the crowd, and they all faint, coughing. Dozens of reporters start talking and taking pictures of the sufferer bees. Look at what's happening to the bees who have never been asked, smoking or non. This is what nature intended for us, to be forcibly addicted to smoking machines and man-made wooden slat work camps, living out our lives as honey slaves to the white man. Barry points to the honey industry owners. One of them is African American, so he awkwardly separates himself from the other white people. What are we gonna do? He's playing the species card. Ladies and gentlemen, please free these bees. I'm Vanessa. Free the bees. Free the bees. Bees in the jury. Free the bees. Free the bees. Free the bees. The court finds in favor of the bees. Vanessa, we won. I knew you could do it. High five. Vanessa hits Barry hard because her hand is too big. Sorry. Overjoyed. I'm okay. You know what this means? All the honey we finally belong to the bees. Now we won't have to work so hard all the time. This is an unholy preservation of the balance of nature, Benson. You will regret this. Montgomery leaves and Barry goes outside the courtroom. Several reporters start asking questions. Barry, how much honey is out there? Alright, one at a time. Barry, who are you wearing? My sweater is Ralph Lauren and I have no pants. Barry flies outside with the paparazzi and Adam as Vanessa stay back. To Vanessa, what if Montgomery was right? What do you mean? We've all been living the bee way a long time. 27 million years. Flash forward in time and Barry is talking to a man. Businessman, congratulations on your victory. What will you demand as settlement? First, we demand a complete shutdown of all bee work camps. As Marion is talking, we see a montage of the men putting a clothes tape over the work camps and freeing the bees in the crappy apartments. Then we want back the honey that was ours to begin with, every last drop. The ATF are pushing all the honey of the aisles into carts. We demand an end to the glorification of the bears as anything more. We see a statue of a bear-shaped honey container being pulled down by the bees. Then a filthy, smelly, bad breath stink machine we're all aware of what they do in the woods. We see Winnie the Pooh sharing his honey with Piglet in the crosshairs of a high-tech sniper rifle, looking like they're about to put Lyndon B. Johnson in the office. Look through those binoculars, wait for my signal, take him out. Oh, Jesus. They just shot Honey. Or Honey, they shot Winnie. Nah. Winnie gets hit by a oh, God, they actually did. I was just joking. He gets hit by a tranquilizer dart and dramatically falls off the log he was standing on, and his tongue hanging out. Piglet looks at Pooh in fear, and the sniper rifle takes the honey. They'll have nausea for a few hours, and it'll be fine. Flash forward in time. And we will no longer tolerate B negative nicknames. Mr. Sting is stinging at home until he is taken out of his house by the men in suits. Sting, it's just a Prince About stage name. Unnecessary inclusion of honey and bogus health products and a la-di-da. Human tea time snack garnishments. A old lady is mixing honey into her tea, but suddenly men in suits smash her face down on the table and take the honey. Old lady can't breathe. Oh. A honey truck pulls up to Barry's hive. Bring it in, boys. Hold it right there. Good. Tap it. Tons of honey is being pumped into the hive storage. Honey overflows from the cup. Mr. Buswell, we just passed 3 cups, and there's gallons more coming. We need to shut down. Shut down? We never shut down. Shut down honey production. Stop making honey. The bees all leave their stations. 2 bees run to a room, and they put keys into a machine. Turn your keys, sir. 2 worker bees dramatically turn their keys, which opens the button, which they press, shutting down the honey-making machines. This is the first time this has ever happened. What do we do now? Flash forward in time, the bee is about to jump in a pool full of honey. Cannonball. The bee gets stuck in the honey, and we get a short montage of bees leaving work. We see pollen jocks flying, but one of them gets a call on his antenna through phone. We're shutting down honey production. Mission abort. The pollen jocks in nectar detail returning to base. The pollen jocks fly back to the hive. We get a time lapse of Central Park slowly wilting away as all the bees relax. Adam, you wouldn't believe how much honey is out there. Oh yeah? What's going on? Where is everybody? The entire street is dessert. Are they out celebrating? They're home. They don't know what to do. Laying out, sleeping in. I heard your Uncle Carl was on his way to San Antonio with a cricket. At least we got our honey back. Sometimes I think, what if humans liked our honey? Who wouldn't? It's the greatest thing in the world. I was excited to be a part of making it. This was my new desk. This was my new job. I wanted to do it really well. And now I can't. Flash forward in time and Barry is talking to Vanessa. I don't understand why they're not happy. I thought their lives would be better. They're doing nothing. It's amazing. Money really changes people. Don't you have any idea what's going out there, do you? What do you want to show me? Vanessa takes Barry to the rooftop where they first had coffee and points to her store. This. Points at her flowers. They're all gray and wilting. What happened? That's not half of it. Small flash forward in time, and Vanessa and Barry are on the roof of her store, and she points to Central Park. We see that Central Park is no longer green and colorful. Rather, it is gray, brown, and dead-like. It's very depressing to look at. Oh no! Oh my! They're all wilting. Doesn't look very good, does it? No. And whose fault is that, do you think? I want to guess bees, Stangerberry. Bees, specifically me. I didn't think bees not needing to make honey would affect all these things. It's not just flowers, fruit, vegetables. They all need bees. That's our whole SAT test right there. Take away produce that affects the entire animal kingdom, and then, of course, the human species. So there's just no more pollination. It could all just go south here, couldn't it? I know this is partially my fault. How about a suicide pact? How do we do it? I'll sting you, you step on me. That just kills you twice. Right, right. Listen, Barry, sorry, but I gotta get going. Vanessa leaves. To himself. I had to open my mouth and talk. Vanessa, Vanessa, why are you leaving? Where are you going? Vanessa! Vanessa is getting into a taxi. Vanessa, to the final tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena. They've moved it this weekend because all the flowers are dying. It's the last chance you'll ever have to see it. Vanessa, I just want to say I'm sorry. I never meant for it to turn out like this. I know, me neither. The taxi starts driving away. The tournament of roses can't do sports. Wait a minute. Roses? Roses? Roses! Vanessa! Barry flies after the taxi. Roses? Barry? Barry is flying outside the window of the taxi. Roses are flowers. Yes, they are. Flowers, bees, pollen. I know. That's why this is the last parade. Maybe not. Could you ask him to slow down? Could you slow down? The taxi driver screeches to a stop. Barry keeps flying forward. Barry flies back to the window. Oh, I made a huge mistake. This is a total disaster. Oh, my fault. Yes, it kinda is. I ruined the planet. I wanted to help you with the flower shop, but I made it worse. Actually, it's completely closed down. I thought maybe you were remodeling. That I'd had an idea and it's greater than my previous ideas combined. I don't want to hear it. Alright. They have roses. The roses have pollen. I know every bee, plant, and flower bud in this park. All we gotta do is get what they've got back here. With that, we've got bees, park, pollen, flowers, repollination. Across the nation, Tournament of Roses, Pasadena, California, they got nothing but flowers, floats, and cotton candy. Security will be tight. I have an idea. Flash forward in time. Vanessa is about to board a plane which has all the roses on board. Vanessa Bloom, FTD, holds out a badge. Official floral business. It's real. Sorry, ma'am. Nice brooch. Thank you. It was a gift. Barry is revealed to be hiding inside the brooch. Flash back in time. Barry and Vanessa are discussing their plan. Once inside, we just gotta pick the right float. How about the princess and the pea? I could be the princess if you could be the pea. Barry, yes, I got it. Where should I sit? Guard, what are you? I believe I'm the pea. The pea. Melissa goes under the mattress. Guard, not in this fairy tale, sweetheart. I'm getting the marshal. You do that. This whole play is a fiasco. This whole parade is a fiasco. Let's see what this baby will do. Vanessa tries to float through traffic. Guard, what are you doing? Barry. Then all we do is blend in with traffic without arousing suspicion. Once at the airport, there's no one stopping us. Flash forward in time, Barry and Vanessa are about to get on a plane. Stop, security. You and your insect pack your float. Yes. Has it been in your possession the entire time? Yes. Would you like to remove your shoes? To Barry. Remove your stinger? It's part of me. I know, I'm just having some fun. Enjoy your flight. Barry plotting with Vanessa. Then, if we're lucky, I'll just have enough pollen to do the job. Flash forward in time, Barry and Vanessa are flying on a plane. Can you believe how lucky we are? We have just enough pollen to do the job. I think it's going to work. It's got to work. Captain Scott on the intercom. Attention passengers, this is Captain Scott. We have a bit of bad weather in New York. It looks like we'll be experiencing a couple hours of delay. Barry, these are cut flowers, no water. They'll never make it. I gotta get up there and talk to them. Be careful. Barry flies outside the cockpit door. Can I get help with Sky Mall magazine? I like to order the talking inflatable nose and ear hair trimmer. The flight attendant opens the door and walks out. Barry flies into the cockpit unseen. Captain, I'm in a real situation. What'd you say? How? No, Captain Hal. Nothing. Scott notices Barry and freaks out. B! No, no, no. Don't freak out. My entire species. Captain Scott gets out of his seat and tries to suck Barry into a vacuum. Hal to Scott, what are you doing? Barry lands on Hal's hair, but Scott sees him. He tries to suck up Barry instead. He sucks up Hal's toupee. Toupee. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I'm an attorney. Hal doesn't know Barry's on his head. Who's an attorney? Don't move. Scott hits Hal in the face with the vacuum in an attempt to hit Barry. Hal is knocked down and falls on the life raft button, which launches an inflatable boat onto Scott, who gets knocked out and falls into the floor. They are both unconscious. Barry to himself, oh, Barry. On the intercom with a southern to himself, oh, Barry. On the intercom with a southern accent. Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain. Would Miss Vanessa Bloom in 24B please report to the cockpit? Vanessa looks confused. Barry, normal accent, and please hurry up. Vanessa opens the door and sees the life raft in the unconscious pilot. What happened here? I tried to talk to him, but then there was a dust buster, a toupee, a life raft exploded. Now one's bald and one's in a boat, and they're both unconscious. Is this another B joke? No, no one's flying the plane. Bud, through radio and plane. This is JFK Control Tower Flight 356. What is your status? This is Vanessa Bloom of Flores from New York. Where's the pilot? He's unconscious, so is the co-pilot. Not good. Does anyone on board have flight experience? As a matter of fact, there is. Who's that? Barry Benson. From the Honey Trail. Oh, great. Or Honey Trail, whatever. Vanessa, this is nothing more than a big metal bee. Oh, I got giant wings and huge engines. I can't fly a plane. Why not? Isn't John Travolta a pilot? Yes. How hard could it be? Vanessa sits down and flies for a little bit, but then we see lightning clouds outside the window. Wait, Barry, we're heading into some lightning. An ominous lightning storm looms in front of the plane. We are now watching the B News. Bob Bumble. This is Bob Bundle. We have some late breaking news from JFK Airport, where a suspenseful scene is over developing. Barry Benson, fresh from his legal victory. That's Barry. Is attempting to land a plane loaded with people, flowers, and an incapacitated flight crew. Janet, Martin, Uncle Carl, and Adam Flowers. The scene switches to the human news. Talking with Bob Bundle, we have a storm in the area. Two individuals at the controls with absolutely no flight experience. Just a minute, there's a bee on that plane, but I'm quite familiar with Mr. Benson and his no-account compadres. They have done enough damage, reporter, but isn't he your only hope? Technically, a bee shouldn't be able to fly at all. Their wings are too small. Barry through radio. Haven't we heard this a million times? The surface area of the wings and their body mass make no sense. Get this on the air. Got it. B News crew. Stand by, we're going live. Barry radio on TV. The way we work may be a mystery to you. Nick and Honey take a lot of bees doing a lot of small jobs. But let me tell you about a small job. If you do it well, it makes a big difference. More than we realized. To everyone, that's why I want to get bees back to working together. That's why the bee way, we're not made of jello. We get behind you, fellow. Black and yellow. Hello. The scene switches and Barry is teaching Vanessa how to fly. Left, right, down, hover. Hover? Forget hover. This isn't so hard, pretending to honk the horn. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. A lightning bolt hits the plane and autopilot turns off. What happened? Wait, I think we were on autopilot the whole time. That may have been helping me, and now we're not. So it turns out I cannot fly a plane. The plane plummets, and we see the Lao Leduva and pollen jocks, along with multiple other bees, flying towards the plane. All of you, let's get behind this fellow. Move it out, move it out. The scene switches back to Vanessa and Barry in the plane. Our only chance is if I do what I do. You copy me with the wings of the plane. Barry sticks out his arms like the airplane and flies in front of Vanessa's face. Don't have to yell. I'm not yelling. We're in a lot of trouble. It's very hard to concentrate with that panicky tone in your voice. It's not a tone. I'm panicking. I can't do this. Barry slaps a woman. Vanessa, pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it. Vanessa slaps Barry. You snap out of it. Barry slaps Vanessa. You snap out of it. You snap out of it. You snap out of it. We see that all the pollen drops are flying under the plane. You snap out of it. 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 Hold on. Why? Come on. It's my turn. Vanessa, how is the plane flying? The plane is now flying safely. I don't know. Barry's antenna rings like a phone. Barry picks up. Hello? Whoever this is. They're phone. Benson, got any flowers for a happy occasion in there? All the pollen jocks are carrying the plane. Barry, the pollen jocks, how did they do get behind a fellow? Black and yellow. Hello. Alright, let's drop this tin can on the blacktop. Boy, I can't see anything. Can you? No, nothing. It's all cloudy. Come on, you gotta think bee, Barry. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. On the runway, there are millions of bees laying on their backs. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Wait a minute. I think I'm feeling something. What? I don't know. It's strong, pulling me like a 27 million-year-old instinct. Bring the nose down. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Control tower operator, what in the world is on the tarmac? Bees. Get some light on that. Or Bud, get some light on that. It is revealed that all the bees are organized into a giant pulsating flower formation. Thinking bee, thinking bee, thinking bee. Vanessa, aim for the flower. Okay. Barry, out the engines. We're going on bee power. Ready, boys? Affirmative. Barry, good, good. Easy now. That's it. Land on the flowers. Ready? Reverse. Spin it around. The plane's nose is pointed at a flower and painted on a nearby plane. Not that flower, the other one. Which one? That flower. The plane is now pointed at a fat guy in a flowered shirt. He freaks out and tries to take a picture of the plane. I'm aiming at the flowers. That's a fat guy in a flowered shirt. I'm in a giant pulsating flower made of millions of bees. The plane hovers over the bee flower. Pull forward, nose down, tail up, rotate it around. This is insane, Barry. This is the only way I know how to fly. I'm a Q, Kachoo, or is this plane flying an insect-like pattern? The plane is unrealistically hovering and spinning all over the bee flower. Get your nose in there. Don't be afraid. Smell it. Full reverse. Just drop it. Be a part of it. Aim for the center. Now drop it. Drop it in, woman. Come on already. The bees scatter, and the plane safely lands. Barry, we did it. You taught me how to fly. Yes. Vanessa is about to high-five Barry. No high fives. Right. Adam. Barry, it worked. You see the giant flower? What giant flower? Where? Of course I saw a flower. That was genius. Thank you. But we're not done. Listen, everyone. This runway is covered with the last pollen from the last flower available anywhere on Earth. That means this is our last chance. We're the ones who make honey pollinated flowers dressed like this. If we're going to survive as a species, this is our moment. What do you say? Are we going to be bees, or are we going to Museum of National History keychains? We're bees. Bees who like keychains. Keychains. Then follow me. Except keychain. Hold on, Barry. Here, you earned this. Pollen jock. I'm a pollen jock. Perfect fit. All I gotta do are the sleeves. The pollen jocks throw Barry a nectar collecting gun. Barry catches it. Oh yeah. That's our Barry. Here comes the sun. Starts playing. Barry and the pollen jocks get pollen from the flowers on the plane. The flash forward in time and the pollen jocks are flying over New York City. Barry pollinates flowers in Vanessa shops and then heads to Central Park. Boys in park. Mom's, the bees are back. Putting on his chrome hat. If anybody needs to make a call, now's the time. I have a feeling we'll be working late tonight. The bee honey factories are back up and running. Meanwhile, Vanessa shops to customers. Here's your change. Have a great afternoon. Can I help you next? Would you like some honey with that? It's bee approved. Don't forget these. There's a room in the shop where Barry does legal work for other animals. He is currently talking with a cow. Milk, cream, cheese, it's all me, and I will see a nickel. Sometimes I just feel like a piece of meat. I had no idea. Barry, I'm sorry. Have you got a moment? Would you like to excuse me? My mosquito associate would like to help you. Moose blood. Sorry I'm late. He's a lawyer too? Ma'am, I was already a blood-sucking parasite. All I needed was a briefcase. Have a great afternoon, Barry. I just got this huge tulip order and I can't get them anywhere. No problem, Vanny. You should leave it to me. Vanessa, you're a lifesaver, Barry. Can I help? Who's next? Alright, scramble, Jocks. It's time to fly. Thank you, Barry. Ken walks by on the sidewalk and sees the bee approved honey in Vanessa's shop. That bee is living my life. Let it go, Ken. Let it go, Kenny. Ken, when will this nightmare end? Andy, let it all go. Barry, beautiful day to fly. Pondock sure is. Barry, between you and me, I was dying to get out of the office. Barry recreates a scene near the beginning of the movie where he flies through the box kite and all the in the movie fades to black and the credits roll. Here comes the sun stops playing. Thinking B plays over the credits. Uh, you have got to start thinking B, my friend. Thinking B. Thinking B ends as Barry interrupts music. Barry, talking over singer. Hold it. Let's just stop for a second. Hold it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. Can we stop here? Singer, oh, Barry. I'm not making a major life decision during a production number. All right. Take 10, everybody. Wrap it up, guys. I had virtually no rehearsal for that. Kind of like I spontaneously did this with no rehearsal. I think I just read the entire B movie. Hopefully that sounded good. That was alright. Please, for me, leave a like, subscribe, and think B.